Hey guys, it's Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, welcome and thank you for finding us. I hope you like this video. If you feel like subscribing, it would be much appreciated. Obviously, no pressure. If you like the content, if you like what I'm talking about here, if you like Blu-rays, if you like Hong Kong cinema, if you like action movies, heroic bloodshed, Jackie Chan, Wong Kar-wai, any of the stuff that I talk about here, boutique Blu-ray labels, it would be much appreciated. We are on the road to 7,000 subs, which is completely insane to me. I know I keep saying that, but legitimately, we had like 4,000 like 7 months ago. And it took us like 3 or 4 years to get that many. And now it's just insane to me. This has been a crazy year. So thank you everyone who has commented, liked, shared our videos, new subscribers who are coming and watching the videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to do a quick announcement too before I get into this. Obviously an unboxing, very sexy. I'm excited to tell you about it. I'm starting a new channel. So this has been kind of a long time coming. It's been something I've been thinking about for years, honestly, but I wasn't sure how I would be able to manage the volume of doing 2 channels when I have like a full-time job and kids and I'm rewriting a novel. And obviously Mike, who does all the technical stuff for these channels, who is the silent partner and everything, who does all the editing and the recording and in the studio, Mike set all this up for us. He's got a full-time job and he edits projects on the side and like works with independent filmmakers and all this stuff. So it's like we had to come up with a way that would be feasible for us to do a second channel. And I just started thinking about new types of content and how can I make types of content I don't make on this channel that would not be a huge burden to kind of put together and edit and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing all kinds of new experimental type of stuff. For me personally, I'm going to be doing video essays. I'm going to be doing analyses of like shots and scenes and screenwriting mechanics within specific films, doing like commentary track type of things where I talk over certain scenes and like reaction type of videos and all kinds of new types of content, and it'll be about all types of movies. So I will have videos. I've already recorded, I think, 10 things for that channel. I've been kind of building up over the past month or so working on stuff. I've recorded videos on Frozen, the Disney film. I did Scream 2. I did a video on Andrei Rublev, the Tarkovsky film. I did a video on Election, actually, so fans of Hong Kong cinema will enjoy checking that out. I did a reaction video to the Variety list of the 50 best action films of all time, which came out about a week or 2 ago and was very controversial on Twitter. Twitter now being called X, I guess. Anyway, I'm really excited about it, and please do check it out when it launches. Unboxing. I have been meaning to get to this for over a month. And I need to profusely apologize to Johnny, the fanatical dragon. So Johnny sent me a message recently. It was like, I have all this stuff that I've been setting aside to send to you for like over a year or something like that, and I'm finally going to send it to you. So that's what's in this box. This is from Scotland, and this is from Johnny, the fanatical dragon, who has an awesome channel that you should go and check out. He does a lot of unboxing videos. He does reviews. He does interviews. Like I think he interviewed Mike Leader and Arna Venema. He interviewed Frank Jeng. I think he actually met Frank when Frank was in the UK recently. Frank went up to Scotland and they went out to a pub or something like that, if I remember the story correctly. But so Johnny is an awesome person. Like when Johnny first started his channel, he emailed me and was just like, hey, I just wanted to say hi. And I was like, we're really happy to be in touch. And now we chat a lot on Facebook and stuff like that. And he's a member of the Asian Cinema Circle, which was spearheaded by Leon and Shaz from Hong Kong and Beyond. So we all kind of like talk and chat and stuff like that. So I don't know. I have no idea what's in here. So this is going to be a blind unboxing video. I've got my razor blade. I'm going to slice this box open. I'm not going to say that's what she said because that's not the type of content we make on this wholesome and family-friendly channel where we love everyone and do not encourage violence towards anybody other than those who ask me when the John Woo movies are coming out from Eureka or 88 Films. Woo, buddy! All right, I'm going to put this over here because I want to use like my center of my table here to really show off each individual thing that's in here. But like I said, I have no idea what's in here. And also, I should say, there's water damage on this box. If you notice that, that has nothing to do with Johnny. That was not his fault. And that was also not the fault of the Royal Mail or whoever shipped this to me. That happened after it arrived. It got rained on. So I was like on the porch or something. And there's a fair amount of stuff in here. There's a letter. Is that a letter? That might be a letter. All right, let's just take out the first thing that I can see, or that I can feel rather, and see what it is. Oh man, what? Zatoichi meets the One-Armed Swordsman on DVD? Hell yes. Okay, so I have the Criterion Blu-ray set of the Zatoichi films. So, and I love the Zatoichi films. I love Japanese cinema, as you know if you watch this channel. Jimmy Wang Yu, Zatoichi, And so this looks like a UK DVD. So one of the things that we're doing with this channel is we're trying to collect as many releases of these films as we can, right? So we're building like an archive. So we have a couple VHS. We don't have a ton of VHS. We do have a couple VHS. We're starting to build a little bit of a collection of VCDs. We have DVDs, Blu-rays. I have a film print of a trailer for a Jet Li film. That's the only film print we have. I would love to have an archive of film prints. Obviously, we don't have the budget for that right now. But yeah, and we have no laser discs, but maybe one day we'll start getting into laser discs too. But the idea is that we're trying to build this archive where you can see all of these releases and manifestations, iterations of these films over the years. And so this is really, really awesome because this is like the ultimate crossover, right, of the one-armed swordsman and Zatoichi. This is so cool. Wow, yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Big shout out to the Fanatical Dragon for sending this our way. Awesome. Okay, let's see what's next. This is a chunky box. That's what she said. Chunky box, daddy, yeah. Daddy, chunky box. Ooh, what is this? Shang-Chi, I see, from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and 2046, which are both favorite films of mine. Musa. I'm not going to lie, I have legitimately never heard of this film. And this is the director's cut edition. And look at this. This is a DVD, but look at this case. It's like a complete wraparound case. I don't know if you can see that. But like it's a 360-degree closed case, except for a seam right here that has Velcro on it. And you open the Velcro, and you get this, and then it looks like the disc is in here. Yeah, I legitimately have never heard of this movie, and I have no idea what this movie is. It looks like it takes place in 1375, so I would assume it's like a medieval Chinese epic. 158 minutes, so we're looking at a 2-hour and 40-minute movie almost. Jung Woo-sung, Zhang Ziyi, and An Sung-gi. Yeah, you got to let me know in the comments what this is because I've legitimately never even heard of this movie. This is freaking awesome. I love making discoveries like this. If this is a mainland Chinese movie, like it doesn't surprise me at all that I've never heard of it. I honestly know very little about mainland Chinese cinema except for where it overlaps with Hong Kong cinema. Or maybe it's just a Hong Kong movie that is from an era in which I wasn't paying that much attention to Hong Kong cinema, but this is a really interesting edition. I'm not sure I've ever seen a case like this before. This is really cool. Thank you, Johnny. I can't wait to check this out. Okay, let's see what's next. There's like a lot of bubble wrap in here, so I don't want to like. It's very well packaged, so it's a wonderful box and a nice big package. I can't help myself. What do you want me to do? I will always have the world's most juvenile and ridiculous sense of humor. Oh, 13 Assassins, hell no. What? Dude. Okay, so let me explain to you why this is in plastic like this, because Johnny actually messaged me and he told me about this. He went to the post office, and there was some stupid thing where it was like the tiniest amount of weight over, and it was going to cost like a buttload more money to ship it. So I was like, do you mind if I just put some of the things in plastic? I was like, absolutely not. This movie is freaking awesome. If you have not seen this movie and you like violent movies and you like samurai movies or just like badass. I watched this movie with my brother, who is not really like a fan of Japanese cinema. Like he never seeks out Japanese movies. Like he'll watch them if I'm like, hey, we should watch this movie. But like he's not like someone who's like, oh, I got to see like the latest Japanese movie or watch all these Japanese classics or stuff. But I was like, we should watch this movie, and he freaking loved it. So if you don't know the setup of this movie, basically this ultimate badass team of samurai / assassins are like stuck in this town with this army kind of descending on them, and they set up all these booby traps all over the town. And then the last, I would say, maybe hour of the movie is basically a fight scene. So it's kind of like Seven Samurai, the way that the group of samurai come together and they lock down that town, and then the invading army comes in and there's this huge battle. But yeah, this movie is freaking awesome. Maybe we should do this for the podcast, because I don't think Mike has seen this movie. I don't know if Mike wants to interject on his loudspeaker and tell me. Mike's monitoring me in the studio whether he's seen this film or whether he wants to see it. But this movie is awesome. Yeah. Oh, plugging our podcast, by the way. It's called Movie of the Week, and me and Mike pick different movies every week, and we watch them. And we discussed them, and it's really fun. We just put up an episode on The Exterminator, the James Glickenhaus movie, which pertains to Hong Kong cinema because James Glickenhaus directed The Protector with Jackie Chan and Danny Aiello, which is a movie that we've talked about on the channel before because 88 Films put out a really excellent Blu-ray release of it with awesome artwork from Kung Fu Bob. Evil Cult. Oh, the Jet Li collection. Hell yeah. A hero born in the midst of sword and sabers. So that's actually basically just my life. I've never seen this movie, I don't think. There are some movies, where they have like 45 different titles, and you're like, I've never seen that one, and then you put it on, and you're like, no, I've seen that one. Yeah, see, Kung Fu Cult Master. Okay, I've heard of this under the title Kung Fu Cult Master, but I don't think I've seen it. Wong Jing, hell yes, a Wong Jing Jet Li movie, and the daddy himself, Sammo Hung, Daddy Among Daddies. He carries the cross of his parents' rebel. Am I reading that correctly? Is that just bad English? He carries the cross of his parents' rebel, but he must clear his family name. He is Zhang, the grandson of great Tai Chi master. Destined for glory, but fate has its own designs. Zhang becomes the target of the 6 great schools. Young Zhang escapes narrow death by poison and goes on the road to seek a cure, accompanied by his grandfather. On their adventurous journey, young Zhang is trained by great masters to become a true warrior. He clears his family name, and thus a hero is born. So I'm guessing that this is going to be a movie that's completely insane, has amazing fight scenes because it has Jet Li in it, and has a really weird sense of humor because it's a Wong Jing movie. Hell yes. You can't go wrong with any of that. I kind of want to review this on the channel because I really think I've never seen this movie. And it sounds pretty freaking awesome. I mean, I love Jet Li, and Wong Jing is an absolute madman, so that sounds like it'll be pretty fun. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I'm just looking at how many things. Wow, there's a lot of stuff left in here. Johnny, come on, dude. People are way too nice to us. And I know people are like, oh, you're building an archive. We want to send you these things because it's not going to sit on, I don't want it to sit on my shelf forever gathering dust. So, but it's still just like very, very thoughtful that people even consider sending us stuff and then actually go out of their way to do it. I am forever grateful and thankful. And Johnny's just such like a nice person in general. And I've had so many great, oh no, shit, Seating of a Ghost. Hell yeah. So, first interview I ever did was with Arna Venema, and it was about Hong Kong horror films, and Arna talked about this movie and was like, you gotta see it. And I ended up finding a digital copy of it, and this is like, so if you haven't heard this story before, it's a great, great tragedy. My hard drive with all my digital Hong Kong movies on it crashed. This was like a year and a half ago, probably. And I lost this movie before I had a chance to watch it. One of my favorite things to do every year is watch horror movies in October. So maybe what I will do is I will watch this movie in October, and I can review it for Halloween. I'm a big fan of those weird-ass Shaw, like supernatural ghost black magic type of movies. I love Black Magic. That's probably my favorite of them. Black Magic 2 is such a completely insane movie with Lo Lei making... Is that the one where Lo Lei makes potions to turn people into zombies by shaving women's pubic hair and putting it in an elixir? It's insane. And then, of course, there's Boxer's Omen, the most disgusting and famous of all of them. But yeah, I've never seen this movie, but I am familiar with it because, like I said, Arna talked to me extensively about it, and I've seen clips from it because I did, like I said, I did acquire a digital copy of it at some point. I can't remember who sent it to me, but shout out to the person who sent it to me. But yeah, so, oh, we got a boob in there. Oh, we're going to have to put a blur on that for YouTube. Sorry, guys. Let me know if I should review this for October for Halloween or for September for Shawtober. Or Shawtember, excuse me. What am I talking about? Shawtober. Okay, let's see what's next. This is an awesome box. I love getting deep into these boxes and just exploring and getting... Okay, I'm going to stop. Ooh, the Master Jet Li Hong Kong Legends Edition. Hell yeah, special collector's edition. Hero, Kiss of the Dragon in Unleashed. Star of the box office smash hits. Why am I reading everything backwards today? Something is wrong with my brain. If you've been watching this channel for long enough, you know that something is certainly wrong with my brain. Experience Jet Li, the star of Hero, Kiss of the Dragon, Cradle to the Grave, and Unleashed, in an all-action adventure that showcases the martial arts skills which made him the 5-time Chinese national wushu champion. Directed by Choi Hark. Hell yeah. I think I've seen this movie. Is this another one that has a bunch of different titles? I'm pretty sure I've seen this movie. Young kung fu champion who becomes embroiled in Oh, yeah, this is the one in LA, duh. Yeah, so this is the one that's also called Wong Fei Hung 89 or 88 or something like that. I love this movie. This with Jerry Trimble in it and Yoon Wah. Yeah, this movie is freaking awesome. So 88 Films put out a really, really nice Blu-ray edition of this with amazing artwork from Kung Fu Bob. And it's like this awesome, like late 80s LA like gang type of movie, but that's also like a kind of Wong Fei Hung traditional Chinese medicine type of movie, like happening at the same time. This movie is awesome. The title of it is so generic that I honestly forgot that was the name of that movie. But yeah, this movie is awesome. And this is the Hong Kong Legends edition of it, so that's freaking fantastic. Hell yeah, thank you for that, Johnny. All right, what else do we have? Ooh, oh, hell no, yes, this is the new Zatoichi with beat Takeshi, right? Takeshi Kitano here with bleach blonde hair. So here's my story with this movie. This movie came out when I was living in Japan. So I lived in Tokyo for a year from September 2003 to September 2004. I studied at Jochi Daigaku, Sophia University. I did my year abroad there. I was studying Japanese art and film and photography and language and sociology and history and all this stuff. And this movie, I think came out theatrically, but I know for sure came out on DVD when I was living in Japan, because everywhere I would go, there were giant like cardboard street displays with like life-size Takeshi Kitano as Zatoichi on them, like outside of media shops. Like they were pushing the crap out of this movie on home video. So every time I see this movie, I think of walking down the street in Tokyo and seeing those displays, and I've never seen this film. Despite the fact that I love the Zatoichi movies and that it was a really, really hugely popular film while I was living in Japan. Now, something I need to address here, because I did not know this about this movie. It is freaking 214 minutes long. Are you insane? Isn't that 3.5 hours? Bow, 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 bow. Isn't like the longest vintage Zatoichi movie like 90 minutes? Woo, mama! I am in for a journey here. Is this movie legitimately 214 minutes? What in the hell are you doing to me? Yeah, dude. What? That's insane. I can't get over that. But I'm so excited to have this because, like I said, just instant nostalgia for being 20 years old, walking down the street in Tokyo, seeing this guy freaking like legitimately everywhere. Okay, what do we got next? There's a handful of things left in here. And what do we have? Oh, yeah, Daddy. Infernal Affairs. Okay. Absolutely classic film. Tony Leung, Andy Lau. Was remade as The Departed by Martin Scorsese, as I'm sure you know, with DiCaprio, I think, plays the Tony Leung character, and Matt Damon is in the Andy Lau character. Although, potentially, correct me if I'm wrong here, but potentially the best character in The Departed is the Mark Wahlberg character. It's so good. It's so good. And this is the Cameron Ronson. Is this the DVD or the Blu-ray? I think this is the DVD, but I'm just looking to see what kind of disc we're working with here. DVD, yep, okay. Awesome. Hell yeah. So I had the Criterion release of this, but this will be a really awesome one to add to the archive. And then I could even do, if people are interested in this, although this may have been done already by a channel like Times Square Kung Fu, I don't actually know. I could rip this and grab a couple scenes and then rip the Criterion and grab a couple scenes and just do a comparison. But Times Square Kung Fu may have already done that because that's like the main thing that he loves to do. That's like his passion, is those comparisons for like colors and stuff like that. Okay, so what do we... Oh, VCD! Or is this a DVD in a little case? Double Tap. Is this the movie with Leslie Chung? So, outside of a courthouse, the key witness of a famous trial and 6 cops are assassinated. Each is hit twice at the same spot in the head. Cole knows Rex is back. It's like the best non sequitur in human history. What does that mean? Who's Cole and who's Rex, and how does he know he's back based on that? Several years ago, in a shooting contest, Rex and Cole knew they were born to be sworn enemies. 2 top gunners now face their final battle. This is the gunfight of all gunfights. So I think I have the Hong Kong Legends DVD DVD release of this movie, which I still haven't watched because my pile of things I need to watch has legitimately about 250 to 300 movies in it. So it's a little bit difficult to get through that. So is this a VCD? Yeah, it is. So this is a VCD. Yes, adding to the VCD collection. I do have at least one DVD that's in a small case like this that you would typically associate with a VCD. But yeah, no, I love adding VCDs to our collection. It's such an interesting medium to me. So we pop this guy out here, and it's one of these double-sided cases. Awesome. This is so cool. I think VCDs kind of often get lost in the... You know, when we talk about the chronology of films, there are people who are absolute, like, fanatics about Laserdiscs, and then you have people like me who just grew up with VHS, so VHS is, like, the medium they remember. And then you go into the DVD era and the Blu-ray era, and now we're in the 4K era. But I think that VCD sometimes kind of, like, vanishes in those discussions. But it was such a big thing for such a small window of time in between these kind of eras. Awesome. I really need to watch this movie. So, yeah, okay. I think it looks like this is the last thing in here. I just want to make sure there's not. I'm not looking, I swear. There is a letter in here. Okay, so as always, here's my thing. I don't know if people want me to read letters on the air. Actually, this is pretty simple. So why don't I just read this on the air? We can do that, right? Brother Will, long overdue. I hope you find a few to keep for yourself and the rest for the college archives. Lots of love, Dragon. Hell yeah. So yeah, he mentions college archives because we, Mike and I work at a university, so we are trying to associate with the university to build the archive and stuff like that. And there have been discussions about that and affiliations thrown around and things of that nature. So that's something that's in the works. Thank you so much, Dragon, Johnny. Awesome. So there's one thing left in here, and I cheated. I just saw the title. Shaolin Soccer. Are you kidding me? So I was actually I've been talking to Stephen Chow. I've been talking about Stephen Chow to people a lot recently because From Beijing with Love was just announced from Eureka coming out on Blu-ray, which is Stephen Chow's James Bond parody. And then the Fight Back to School series is coming out on Blu-ray from 88 Films. And so we have these two, upcoming releases of these classic Stephen Chow, one being a trilogy and one being a standalone movie. And the only Stephen Chow movies I have seen are Shaolin Soccer, Kung Fu Hustle, and I have seen, I think, Fight Back to School 2. I'm almost positive I've seen that movie all the way through. I know I've seen the opening scene, and I've seen a couple of the sures where he's in the school, because that movie was on YouTube. So I started watching that movie. So I've seen at least like the first half an hour or so, but I'm pretty sure I've seen the whole thing. But there's a lot of Stephen Chow stuff I have not seen. And I mean, I have seen movies like Final Justice that he's in that are not like Stephen Chow movies in terms of his brand of like comedy. So I'm really excited that those movies are coming out, that I can check those out, that I can review them for the channel. Absolutely classic Shaolin Soccer. This looks like a VCD as well. Yeah, this is a VCD too. Hell yeah. This is awesome. They have like these cases have like the sticky on them. Yes, Daddy. So you don't want to, I don't know if it's like because I'm in a studio and it's like so quiet and hermetically sealed. I'm losing my mind a little bit in here. Okay, so let's see. So it pulls out the bottom here, it looks like. Yeah, look at dude, this is so old school. This just reminds me of like CDs. Like when I was in high school and like one that comes to mind immediately, I know this is like a totally random example, but the Dandy Warhols, when they released 13 Tales from Urban Bohemia, I got that the week it came out because I had loved their first record. And when you bought it like on the opening weekend at like an independent record store, there was like something where you got like a bonus. I think there was like a bonus CD that had like a couple B-sides on it or something. And so they would have these cases, right, where it was like a standard CD case, but it would have this flipping mechanism in the middle. So this always just takes me back to high school. And then I Toxicity, the System of a Down record, when that came out, didn't that have a DVD with it? With like some like behind the scenes footage of the making of the album. If you bought Toxicity when it first came out on CD, because I loved the first System record, so I bought Toxicity the day it came out. I went to Newbury Comics in Amherst, Massachusetts. It was my freshman year of college. I had just gone to college when that record came out. Like I think it was like the first week I got there or something. And I went out and bought it. And Iowa from Slipknot came out that fall too. Hell yeah, that was a heavy fall. I'm going to figure out how to put this back in here once we are done recording. So I'm Will, and it's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society, and I have to give the biggest shout out and thank you truly to Johnny the Fanatical Dragon. He's got a ton of subscribers, so I'm assuming if you're following this channel and you're a big fan of Hong Kong cinema, you're already following his channel, but if you're not, get over there, check it out. He's way more knowledgeable than I am, and his content is oftentimes way more interesting. Why are you watching me? Go and watch him. No, seriously, but he's an awesome guy, and this is an amazing box. That's what she said. We'll see you next time.